Okay? Now, I've been working my way through documentaries, and I've just got through 9 different documentaries on serial killers. And the most recent one I just finished was Charles Manson. I just started one on Gary Ridgway. I had to put that on hold so I could post this video. Now, Charles Manson, even though he didn't kill people personally, he had people do it for him, but that still made him guilty by association. Now, Gary Ridgway, on the other hand, he confessed. Even though he's been tried and convicted of 49 different murders, and even though he confessed to killing 71, but they believe he killed about 100. The only other person I know of to have killed at least 100, or if not more, by claim wise, is Russian serial killer Chikatilo, who had confessed to over 200 murders, even though he had been tried and convicted of 59, I think. Now, this guy isn't a serial killer, but personally he's my cousin, but he's in jail on death row right now, and his name is Robert Ward Frazier. Robert Ward Frazier was actually my aunt's son that she had when she was 15. Since she couldn't care for him, she gave him up for adoption in the care of his father's side of the family, and they took him in and raised him. And he ended up going out to California, where he worked as a telemarketer, and he killed a woman out there named Kathleen Ayala Lorick, I think is her name. And after he killed her, he fled California and came out here. He was called out here after buying a pack of beer from one of the liquor stores in town. And of course, when he was riding the scooter, he basically had his hand on one of those moped scooters, and on the side of the scooter, he had his other hand out holding the pack of beer, and the cops told him, "You can't ride like that." So they ran his name and found out that he was wanted for a murder in California. When California got wind of it, they said, "Hold him there." They said, "He's wanted for a murder out here. You need to hold him there and let us get out." When they showed him pictures of the woman that he killed, he basically showed no remorse whatsoever. He just laughed it off, thought it was funny, and then basically he also attacked his own lawyer in court. The lawyer that was supposed to be defending him, he actually in court got up and started beating the shit out of him, and it was caught on camera. And even though his story has been featured on the ID channel, I think several times, and even though I've never met the guy, I saw pictures of him, and the guy gives me the fucking creeps. It's like, and I'm ashamed to say that I'm ashamed to admit that I'm related to him by blood. So it's pretty bad enough as it is. Now, going back to Charles Manson, when I was watching his documentary, even though, like I said, he personally never killed a person himself, but he had people do it for him. Now, one of the things I noticed is that I found a couple videos on YouTube where Charles Manson was singing because he tried to get a career in music, which never worked out. And even though the guy was fucking ugly, he did have a good singing voice, and who knows how his life would have turned out if he got a career in music. And I think Metallica recorded one of his songs. Now I don't remember the name of it offhand exactly, but I think Metallica recorded one of them. Now, Charles Manson had tried to convince the people that followed him and that were loyal to him, he tried to convince them that a race war was going to break out between blacks and whites and everything else like that. So he actually got them to believe that this was going to happen, which it never did. And of course, they made a movie about his life called Helter Skelter, which was taken from a Beatles song. I can't stand the Beatles because they fucking suck. But basically the crappy ass Beatles band wrote a song, I think, or had a song with the name Helter Skelter in it, and Charles Manson took that Helter Skelter thing and they made it a movie about his life. Now, I was actually looking up earlier, and I know that Charles Manson died, but I was just telling a couple people that I said I can't believe it's been 4 months since he died already. Pretty fucking shocking.